I'm still struggling with the third paragraph, to be honest. I couldn't, because before I placed it right after the second paragraph, and it just doesn't, it doesn't flow well. It's like you read all this narrative from that night, but then it's like boom, she left Cambodia to United States. It just doesn't flow well. So I separate it to the third paragraph. I'm still struggling with it. I don't like the second sentence, or maybe I'm just being too critical. What do you think on that? Because I think it's really important to, yeah, like you said, to wrap it up and show. I mean, I have to show it somehow, some way, that where she went and how long did it take.
Hmm. Maybe there's somewhere else you can close that fully and say 8 years later. So maybe the first sentence of that paragraph talking about Cambodia, at least you're explaining and clarifying that does relate to international travel in some way, potentially immigration in some way. And then you address it immediately in the following paragraph about the US Embassy in Cambodia and a visa. So then they get the context. Okay, this is immigration visa issues, most likely. You're
Yeah.
covering for yourself. Presumably your mom relates to that as well. But the 8 years specifically, you could get to that later if you wanted to. You may not even need to cover it now. So you could consolidate the third paragraph and the fourth paragraph by removing that second sentence and then just combining them.
Oh, so you're saying, like in combining the last night with my mom before she left to the first interview paragraph? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Or
putting it in that paragraph in some way and shifting from your mom to you may not make a lot of sense. So I wouldn't do it immediately, but you could include that information somewhere in that paragraph.
okay, okay, I see
Or
what
you
you're.
could include it in the following paragraph also, because the following paragraph is about your mom specifically. Or at least saying, be able to see your mother again. Little
Oh,
did I, or like you could, I mean, this is just one way, but little did I know that 8 years later, my wish would be granted. Something like that.
okay, I see what you're saying. It's so funny that like triggers me because I did write little did I know, but then I deleted it because I was like, yeah, because I was like, I don't, I want it to be as simple as it is, not making, but also not as, I don't know, casual. I'm really being critical, sentence to sentence, to be honest with you.
That's
Um,
good. No, I think you should be, and that's how the best writing comes about. But the 8 years loophole closer could come at any point in this essay. It doesn't need to be in that third paragraph specifically, and if it's not fitting smoothly, I would put it somewhere else. So put that to the side and potentially include it somewhere else in the essay. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.